So right here is the garage, and it's time for a somewhat overdue garage update, if that makes really any sense. I've done garage door updates, I think, a few times over the past week or so. So I did do a bit more garage door updates, which I might do that if I make another video about the garage doors, but I will show the one update off with them that I did, which is install some wall buttons up here, which I made a video, I think, of these. So I can control the doors from up here. So if I'm working out late up here in the upper part of the garage, I can come up here and open the doors. I know there is buttons right over there I could use, and then buttons over there. But sometimes it's nice if I leave one of these doors open and I'm working up here, I don't have to walk all the way down there to press one of these buttons. So if I don't want that door open over there, I can just press it and then it goes down, and that's pretty nice. There's another reason why I did this, and that issue is since I got rid of the motion activated light control there, because I couldn't use it with this opener for some reason. I needed a way to turn on and off the light on the garage door opener from up here. So thankfully I had a spare one of these multifunction Craftsman wall panels around with the light button on it, so I can control the light from there. And the reason why this is important is because sometimes at night I'll turn off the bug killer and that night light sometimes isn't on, and I'll come down here and it's dark, and it's because I came in the garage with the garage door opener and didn't use any other lights, and the light on the door opener would time out and it would be dark in here. So definitely needed to make sure I have some light going on there with that. I also put a button up here for the Genie. Hopefully I get a multifunction panel for this soon. This is a multifunction panel, but it's an old one. It's a 4-wire. This opener doesn't support it. So the light function on it does not work, and the lock function also doesn't work. But I have all the functions done with this Craftsman, which also, if you notice, if I do the lock function over there, I wonder if I press this one, it shorts that one out too. Yes, it does. Very interesting. And I also wonder if I use the button over here, if it shorts out the LED on the panel. I can't see it from over here, so I'm not sure. So what I'll actually do is set the camera right here and then press the button on the OCS station and see if that trips it. And the other thing is the Genie button, which is the one on the top. Let's see if I press the button up here, if that will also short that one out. Yes, it does. So, just didn't know that they short the other buttons out. I guess that's how they're wired. So, very interesting right there with those. In other news, I have finally brought a emergency light over here. I need to get another one for the upstairs, which I'm going to probably just use on the same outlet, run a cord up, and then have it installed. So I don't even know where. I guess I could put it over there. I'll need a pretty long cord to do it, though. And the reason why I need an emergency light up here is if the power goes out. Because if the power is to go out, like if I do this, it's literally pitch black up here, with the exception of one roof vent, and that vent over there, and another roof vent over there, and that one there, and all the light that's leaking in from the air conditioner and the door. But if it was night, we wouldn't get any of that. So there's all of that stuff on. Air conditioner has a stroke. So if I could get an emergency light up here, that would be nice. This one is just placed right here. I have one of the heads pointing in that general area, and then the other head is just kind of pointing straight ahead. One of these times I'll come out here and test it. Can't really see because the garage lights are on. You can see the other one is pointing right over there. There's the difference. And then the other one is kind of pointing right in the center of where that is. And I flashed it a few times just so you could see. I did buy that emergency light new, and because at the time LED technology was kind of new for those, that unit was pretty expensive. They went down in price for a little bit, and now that inflation happened, emergency lights are expensive again. So I'm not sure if I'm going to buy a new one. I have an older one, but the lead acid battery in it is dead from sitting in its package for over 20 years. So couldn't really use that, and that's also one of the ceiling mounted incandescent ones, so it's not very effective. So if anyone knows a good place to buy one of those emergency lights, an LED one that's in good enough condition, let me know. I would really appreciate that. The other one that I'm mentioning, if I can get a lead acid battery for, that will go inside and probably in the basement near the breaker panel, because I do have a need for a emergency light in that general area. So there's that. The other thing is kind of minor, but also really cool, is this thing that's in the window. This is a URED sign. It's a Kino sign. We'll have a look at it from the outdoors, so we can have a look what it looks like. This was gifted to me by a friend. Always wanted one of these LED signs like this. So that's kind of cool. I'll show you some of the information on it. This is a Pro Light model PL-OHLKN-0824-SH Seal 1A. Pretty complex model number, but it is manufacturing code JML-201611. It's 12 volts DC power in, 1.5 amps for indoor use only. Made in China. www.pro-light.com. So there's the information. I probably didn't need to read it out, but I did anyway. Another update, I think this is the last one, is I got a door closer out here now. I've had issues with the latch on this door being very knackered and not wanting to close the way it's supposed to. This door would slam a lot of times in the wind, so this door would be propped open, and a big gust of wind would come through, and you just hear the door just slam. That would really catch me off guard and scared me, and I don't know why I touched that. But definitely wanted to consult that. And another issue is if the door is closed, sometimes it might not be latched correctly, and a big gust of wind will come and open this door if I don't have the lock on it on the outside. And that's only really happens if I am working inside. So I've been looking for a door closer for a while. Door closers brand new are pretty pricey. I think they range for around $80, which I guess I could understand why door closers are pretty expensive. They are a hydraulic cylinder, or whatever. I could get one of the crappy ones for screen doors, but I knew that would wear out and I would have to install that on the outside. I needed something to install in here so it wouldn't wear out quickly. So this door closer works pretty well. And how I have it installed is there's a board here, because if I had it flush with that, this top piece here would come in contact with the wood on the top of the door. So I put a wooden plank here, and then the door closer is mounted directly to said wooden plank, and then the arm is moved in that area where it comes out and then goes on the wall right there. And I actually had it experimenting with it a bit closer, with it a bit farther. Actually, I had this moved over a little bit, and I had to mess with it a good ways in order to get it to work. I also had the closer mounted up on the ceiling instead of how it is right here. And eventually, this is what I got to work the best. So here's a look at it from over here. Open the door up. I didn't have to adjust it. This is already the settings that were on it. I did mess with the arm a little bit, and once again, the position. You can see some of my various screw holes up there from where I've had the arm placed at different angles. It's a bit squeaky, and if you're wondering, this is a tube light branded closer, which is made in America. It's a really nice, good quality product there. The door is a bit heavier to open now, which is not really a big deal, but it's nice because it has enough power to keep it closed and move stuff out of the way if there is something that kind of gets in the way of the door. We'll run it from the outside. I still have my lock over here. Eventually I'm going to get this doorbell assembly working again. I had this down to work on the system a little bit. And we'll go over here and open this garage door because we have a code pad out here. I think I showed this in the last video talking about the garage doors, but I do have it now. Typed in my code. And it works. And this also has the one touch to close feature on it. So I can just press the button like this and the door will go down by itself. That nice soft stop at the end. Really nice. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but this window air conditioner over here has been having some electrical issues with its control board on really hot days. I think the thing actually overheats from being placed a bit too close to the shed. The unit started to work just good. We're going to have some warm weather next week, but school starts for me, so I won't really be able to show any of that until either some really hot weekend days or next summer. If I'm not in here, I guess it's not an issue, but it does have some impact in the cooling. I may have talked about this in some other videos, but what it's doing is it will run and then restart, and when it restarts, it puts the compressor under the 3-minute start delay, and then the thing will run on fan for 3 minutes, and then kick on the compressor, and it'll run for about another 3 minutes or so, where it will overheat or do something and then turn off. I've had a lot of vintage units in this pot, including the Crossley, the Climatrol, and the Air Temp, and those 3 units have never given me any issues in terms of that product because they have mechanical controls. And because this one is digital, that's where my issue is. So maybe I should try a different unit in this spot. I have some other units over on the other side. I want something that's at 8K, but this is the only 8K I have. I have the Panasonic, but that's being used. I did get this Fashionette, which just needs clean and it's ready to go. And besides that, everything else I did have to dig out of the shed or out of the house. And this thing needs some bearing work. So, well, not bearing work, cleaning work. It's just a thing rubbing against the back. So that's an issue. And this unit over here has another issue, which is the fan motor, and it doesn't work. So for the time being, if I can't get this thing working, I have that GE Super Thrust over there. The case for it's right here. It's a high efficiency 8000 BTU. I may have made a video of it, but if I can get that thing to fit in here, that's what I'm installing right here. I also have plans on replacing these outlets. These outlets, gonna want to get them replaced with nice industrial hospital grade outlets. Yes, I know those are like $10 a piece, but I want something that doesn't break because I'm constantly plugging in a lot of stuff out here. So we'll plug this unit in. We'll unplug the CD player. Got the cord for the air conditioner, and let's see what it does. Check filter light on. And and the fan is stalled. Wait. There it goes. Yeah, that's gonna need some oil. I don't think there's a good way I'm gonna actually run this. Compressor didn't kick on yet. Those bearings sound bad. So this is going to have to be taken apart, and it's going to get a motor rebuild most likely before the bearings wear out, because this is a really good unit. And this thing does a good job cooling off this garage too, which is going to be a shame. The GE does a good job. This gets it done a bit faster because it's a 10K. The GE would make, well, that old GE would make more sense being here instead of this unit, so we might have to try that at some point in time and then just keep this one around as a spare if I need a large 10K for something. Here's the thermocouple. So we're going to wait a little bit and then wait for the compressor to kick on. Just engaged. I had to wait a little bit to turn it back onto the cool mode, and then when I turned it onto the cool mode, still didn't satisfy. So that was a bit interesting. If I'm up to it, I'll edit that part in. I don't know, but the unit upstairs was running, so I turned that off, and then when I flipped the switch to cool, the thing didn't go into cool, and I thought there was an issue. So just let it sit for a bit, and then after about 20 to 30 seconds, the thing went into cool. So it works. I guess the thing must be longer than 3 minutes. I don't know. I think it was away from it for a bit longer than 3 minutes, but we'll have a look at the back side of it. It's nice hearing this thing run again. We have the Sanyo rotary compressor in here. The unit up there had turned that one off so it won't trip the breaker, so you can't run these two units at the same time. It's the fan motor. This thing was a pain to get in, and it's going to be a pain to get out, so not sure if I'm looking forward to it. The fan just shut off on that one because it's in economy mode. This one's a lot quieter than that unit. And both of these are way quieter than the Frigidaire with shot fan motor bearings I had up there before. So thankfully that unit got replaced. This unit has a really nice sounding compressor on it too. Very quiet, a lot quieter than that unit and the one upstairs. One of those stupid Gree compressors. Never liked that brand. So these are probably a lot better. But don't need air conditioning down here, so I'll turn it off.